Alright, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Revolution Overwatch. Uh, I am your host and producer, Soldier, who is very sick, and I can barely talk right now, so sorry about that. Anyways, we have a very exciting game tonight. It's going to be two Division 1 teams that are playing each other for the number 1 spot in Division 1. Which is super exciting. So we'll see how these guys play. And I expect some very high level play. I am joined tonight by two lovely casters by the name of Bite Me and Thoth God. If you gentlemen want to say hello and talk to each other and talk to our viewers.
Hello, everybody, and
Is that mandatory?
It's not. You can just
Got
talk
it.
when you need. Okay, no, but we have to talk now. And I'm not gonna act. Okay, these are two great teams, and we both seen them, and they're honestly played to the highest level that we at Revolutionary have seen in a while, other than other than the OGs, which I think played at a tad bit of a higher level. But as much as I want to keep talking about these teams, South guy, we have to talk about the impending doom that's going over the soldier right now, and that everyone has to talk about. And you know what it is. It's Sigma.
Yes. I do like Sigma. I've been playing comp, and whenever I play ranked with a new hero, like I've never really done this where they just kind of throw a new ranked in and he's just immediately in ranked. But what I've been doing recently, I've just been mirroring Sigma, and I have been winning to the point where I stopped just mirroring Sigma. I started just playing Sigma, and I'm still winning.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
sort of insane.
I don't think we'll see any Sigma because he is still new. But I'm pretty sure if any of these players, their main tanks or even off tanks, just did a normal composition, picked Sigma, like it would be all over the place. And the best part is with Sigma out, Symmetra's play rate, her beam was fixed. Its damage is greater now because of how the beam actually applies damage. It's no longer tick. It's just damage over time.
And I think
rather
Beam
than
can build
damage.
on Shield now as well, can't it?
Sorry, what?
I think Beam can also build on Shield, which sort of makes it a little bit stupid.
Oh yeah. Sims has been able to do that for a little bit, but still, it's like it's so much power. But again, I don't think we'll be seeing that. I will be expecting 2-2-2, and one thing that I am interested in about this, the one thing that divides these two teams, is that Freaks and Beaks have been very consistently the top. They've been pretty good, pretty stable at the top. Maybe dropping a map here or there, kind of doing a like stage 2, stage 3 Titans sort of thing. Whereas From the Ashes, formerly known as Banshee, they have been up and down. I feel like going into a series with them, I never know if they're going to win or if they're going to lose everything. I can never tell because they've lost to Hallie. They've been reverse swept by Hallie, who I think is in the bottom. They're done. And then they went and then they slaughtered LSG, was another really good team. So they're so up and down, it's almost impossible to really tell. So going into this, Freaks and Beaks consistently top, From the Ashes up and down and up and down. So it's really going to depend. I'd say this game is going to be very much on From the Ashes. Are you having an on day or an off day?
Yeah, honestly, did you pop those 200 milligrams of Adderall? Nah, I'm joking. But seriously, and look at this the team coordination I see on the player icons really sort of tends to lead to me, at least if the game's gonna be good or not. And I'm seeing some nice and fancy stuff coming up from both teams. We have, the normal, everyone Mercy icon, but someone has a different Mercy icon. And of course, we had a little Pachi Mari style. And anyways, I think that we are ready to get into the first game. And before, while we're getting ready, I think it is going to be Lijiang Tower. I will reveal my predictions as we go throughout the game of the map that we're going to chosen. Because it has to happen.
I picked this map. a sniper duel is going to be coming out between Faith and Ford.
I think Mira. Mira.
Lucio. He had to ruin it.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I just don't think Lucio.
They switched back.
Yeah, Lucio just isn't that viable right now. And as we get into the first fight, watch as Hammond tries to do. You know, both Hammonds are trying to create space on the other side. Jordan's gonna be able to pick off Beeks in a first few seconds of the map, leading to from the Ashes having a little bit of a better foothold in the beginning of the match. And the beginning of the match can definitely snowball and sort of reap the mentality of the rest of the game. But Freaks and Beeks, I think they have the hard mentality, and they can take a few hits before they actually go down. So keep an eye on Beek and how he's going into the enemy team. He's dodging all the tanks, going straight for the DPS, getting that support from Faith, ruining that line of sight, and just basically scrambling the entire team, taking all of, you know, the pressure and allowing his DPS to have such free movement, and that's what's allowing Freaks and Beeks to have so much space right now. They're doing so much Pavel, getting a lot of damage in, but Beek is the star of the show right now. He is allowing his DPS to do so much, but Leana's gonna come in the back and delete everything that they have worked towards. Now, Freaks and Beeks, they are steadily going up, getting able to take out Leana, and that is going to be their point, unless we're going to see a little bit of a comeback with 2v3. Just, I don't think anyone's really feeling it right now as the fight continues to tick on. Honestly, Banch from the Ashes is getting a lot of percentage right now, and Freaks and Beeks, while they are trying to contest, trying to retake this point with a little amount of tick that they do have, it's just the trickle, even though I hate to say it's that good, it is that good. And with the ult, they are going to be recapturing, or stopping the capture.
Dude, I mean, okay. That stall was very insane. Both Pharahs doing very good job at dealing with each other and with the Widow, but Linnea is going to come out on top. Somehow unable to win that 4v2, however, from Freaks and Beeks. And now they're in this position where they're in 1 to 2 fight territory. And Linnea's down, so maybe they've
down, Lucy's down, and now they're bringing up Setting the down, going to fall down to Ford. Ford's picking out, but Pal's like, no, you're not going to peek without Panatol, and he pays it up with his life. We do have a few tanks trying to contest on the point, but it is just not enough. Mini Diva's going to come out. They're going to try to spin the win, and that is going to be the take from Freaks and Beeks, but they can't lose the point. It's 99.
98. 99, boys, and that means that this is one fight territory now coming out from the Ashes. We were saying, are they going to be the better team or the worst team coming out today? So far, they're doing all right, but this is only the first map, so gotta have to keep that up. They're winning the Pharah mirror, but the Widow mirror is kind of going towards Ford. Honestly, I feel like they have the advantage.
Yeah, but honestly, I put a little bit more pressure on the Widow mirror just because I think I place a lot more higher value on Widow than I would Pharah, just because of the distraction and what you can do. And Ford taking out Pharah right there, so now they've already won this duel. Faye's gonna fall down as well, and you need to pull something out of your sleeve in order to win this fight. They only have the advantage of one take. Both DPS are down. They are gonna get a res on Pharah somehow in the middle of a huge fight right there. Pharah's gonna try to get whatever revenge she possibly can, but the fight season is going both ways. A teeter-tottering fight for just possibly holding the point for one more fight or winning this round as we hit 50%. Freaks and Beeks are losing their hold, just like on a bar that they're sweating a little bit too much on. Their fingers are coming off one by one, and that's going to be on the side of Mini Diva, Lucio as well. When you ever see that Lucio come out, it's like, something's not going too right. They need to get on point quickly. And I'll admit, they're contesting for a long time. Hitting 66, Freaks and Beeks, they have a nice strategy to contest. They're spinning to winning. They have that Lucio out. They're pacing themselves amazingly well for the stress that they're under right now, with the Diva coming in, with the DPS coming in as well. But as you can see, they can't do anything. They're routinely getting punished. They're just trickling in, inflating those numbers, so to speak, but inflating the numbers really doesn't add too much unless you can get a kill, start backing them up. And as they finally regroup with the Symmetra coming out as well, it's looking really good for Freaks and Beeks right now. 2 picks coming off on the side of from the Ashes. But I think Freaks and Beeks might just be able to do it, but with Connor falling out and only 1 pick on the side, it's looking less and less likely. Mercy going to get a res off on the side of from the Ashes, bringing up the one teammate from the Ashes, and that is going to be round 1. What an amazing contest from both sides. but the foothold just wasn't big enough for Freaks and Beaks to re-grab it.
I mean, we can commend the stall from both teams, especially Beak there doing a very good stall on the Hammond, tagging in, tagging out, buying enough time for a lot of his team to come back. But at the end of the day, both these teams really struggling with the cleanup. I mean, Farah and Widow, they did go in the favor of Ford and Linnea, so I mean, it makes sense that they won, but it's so close because there's such terrible cleanup coming from both sides. I really want to see target calling be a lot better because that, while close, was rough from both sides.
Yeah, you just had to take, first game, I did see that both teams warmed up, but you're not comp warming up. It's not like you're coming in from a scrim. You're normally coming into these tournaments sort of cold. So you got to get these first game jitters going, and we are going to be seeing a... on the side. Oh, they're going to try actually simming this. Freaks and Beaks is going to sim route. They don't need a Reaper when you get teleport straight to the point. And we did see them run this a few games ago. But it all wonders if they're going to be able to hold this Pavel game taken out. This is the same. This is a copy and paste of what happened last game. Except a little bit longer lasted right now. May's trying to do as much work as she possibly can. But right now, it just isn't holding up. Freaks and Beaks is falling down one by one. Game turned into ashes. And that is going to be from the Ashes point. A great try. You have to commend
That was terrible. Thought I'd make that joke again.
That's Symmetra? Yeah, honestly. So, that Symmetra pick, really nice to get in there early, but you don't have the staying power. The Reaper provides so much more tank burn, and as you saw, Symmetra, too much pressure applied, ends up going down early. That means that you don't have the shield break, you don't have the beam damage. With Pavel going down early here, looks like maybe a trade, but still, it's just not worth it, in my opinion. Like, you try to get first control, but they just weren't able to wall off from the Ashes. So.
Yeah, and you just don't see Freaks and Beaks. They're not playing Reaper right now. I think that might be a huge detriment. I know Pavel is a great Farah, and he has such an amazing kill on Farah, but like, you just really need that Reaper to do so much damage. And they are going to go for the Hulk Hook combo, which we have said is honestly amazing on this level, but I want to see a little bit more. I love the York and Oink, but I'm starting to get a little bit sick of it. Mayswell though right now, Linnea doing an absolutely great job. Just she has Freaks and Beaks in the palm of her hand. She chooses where they are. She chooses how they interact with the map, and just denies them entry in every single point.
I mean, like, we talk about Farah being able to outrange Reaper, but as funny as it is, when you're running a composition like this on objective point, Reaper actually counters Farah, because Farah cannot come into the point. So the Farah goes in, you saw Pavel, but he ends up dying to Ford trying to get back out because he has to come so low to the ground to actually be able to provide any value that Ford's just able to left click him in the head. It's really just, again, not efficient.
Yeah, but now they're starting to get this comp out. They are taking down May. They're going to be bringing down the freeze, the anti-freeze, on the side end there. The kills come in. A few too many also, in my opinion, but a take is a take on 99%. They are going to be retaking. So, it just doesn't look too hot, though. If they want to win, it's got to be a sweep.
I mean, not only does it have to be a sweep, but Ford's got that ult. You know, we got CMB Bros. He's got the beat. They have sustain. What do they have on the other side? We have Valk, maybe to sustain, and then you have Hog. Like, Whole Hog isn't going to get you a kill unless Adarissa fortifies.
Oh!
So, I mean, yeah, these Halt Hooks, this is literally what they have to just keep on doing. Yeah. I mean, again, it's like, how long can you really stall this fight out for? They're gonna get Linnea.
Yeah, I think that was absolutely huge. And I'm not gonna lie, the walls that we're seeing from Linnea and Faith right now are absolutely huge, and they're really big. You can see how these Mays are trying to control the team. And I saw a really good wall on Arisa right there, but a little bit slow. So the trigger, maybe that cooldown was not done yet, but honestly, watching these Mays is showing how, there it is, what a huge thing. Arisa and Reaper are just alone, allowing Farah to deal so much damage right now. Forga taken out. You can't bring down the Beyblades if there's no Beyblade to be strung right there. And now they're going to be taking out 14 next fight, 51%, and they're holding steady.
I mean, this is where the Farah starts to get that value against the Reaper. All of that space, able to hang out in the air, spam into these little chokes. I mean, the Reaper, he can pressure on the point, and they really need to get themselves to the point. But they either have to go through Freaks and Beaks, or they have to go around the edges. And that's, again, where that Farah has that boop potential. As we see, will they get a boop? They will get Toasty.
Oh, she gets Toasty out, and that's going to lead to massive damage. You don't have feelings. Sorry, but the sustain's almost all the way down. You have to use Beat right now.
God.
but B got countered, but Ford's gonna do the Death Blossom anyways. Steals are coming out, and this is very obviously going into Ford's eyes, right? Going into From the Ashes win right now. That's going to be his second map down. That's going to be map 1 to From the Ashes. I think that this might be one of their good days.
It's looking like it. I mean, that rotation was so risky, but they knew that they had to do it. And I have to say, of the decisions that they had, going either through or going around, that was the better option. But I mean, you can see from this wall, it's not easy for them to push in through these chokes. But they end up doing the rotation, they lose their Ana, but they get on point, they put a wall up, and they cap the point. So now they're forcing Freaks and Beeks to contest the point, constantly have someone on there, or they're just going to lose. And that allows for Ford to go in there, finally use that Reaper ult, get both of the supports, and then give them the win.
Honestly. And you know what? At least I would have honestly...
to see Sim.
Yeah, you gotta see Sim. You gotta see Sim. As much as I said the Sim didn't work out, you gotta see that Sim.
As much as I criticized the choice, I mean, I was hoping to see a Sim into a double shield with Sigma, but I don't think I'll be seeing that, unfortunately. I don't know if any of these players have the chat open, but if they do, I think chat should spam them.
Hey guys,
tell them to go Sigma.
If you play Sigma, you get free interview. That's gonna make them play Sigma. Rialto, is there? Oh yeah.
I hate Rialto.
What do you mean you hate Rialto?
Chat knows this. Everyone knows this. I hate Rialto.
Incorrect. That is an incorrect statement.
You put a bridge over an environmental first point. We get it. You needed it. Lucios need their boops. Orissas need their pulls. Why did you make a longer one for second point? Why?
That's very true. That's very true.
They literally copy and pasted. First point and second point are like the same thing, except second point does a half loop. It's the same thing. It's like... And then third point is the same thing.
But
except there's no environmentals.
You know what? The casters might hate Rialto, but the players love Rialto. So I have to choose Rialto as my prediction, and it is right. Because I am always right. My predictions are final. Let's be honest.
Is this how you're doing the prediction? Yeah, it's gonna be Kings.
I
want it to be Eichenwald. I want it to be Blizzard World, but it's gonna be King.
I think my statement still stands. If they choose Blizzard World, I have surprise.
Yeah. I still am waiting.
It's never gonna happen. It's never going to happen. You're never gonna see the surprise. It's never gonna happen.
That's why you're saying there's a surprise.
There's a surprise. Let's see what it is, guys.
I can actually confirm there is a surprise, and it may or may not involve a PayPal.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just saying to all of you out there, you teamless players, yeah, we're ready. I mean, we saw in the first point, pretty close. I saw some pretty good play from both teams. I saw some really bad play from both teams. And while, sure, From the Ashes ends up winning that, I don't necessarily consider Control a decider for the map. I think Rialto is going to tell me really how this match is going to go. How close this game is, and which way it ends up swinging is really where we're going to see how the rest of the series turns out. Because Control is so different from the other map types.
Yeah, and would you say that Sigma is a good pick on Rialto?
I think Sigma is a good pick in general until they pick a Symmetra. The way that it goes is one team picks Orisa, you pick Sigma, and then they swap to Sigma off Orisa, or they swap to a Sigma instead of an off tank, and then the Sigma protects the Orisa, and then the other team goes Sim, and then the Sigmas are now useless and feeding. It's an endless cycle, in my opinion, of Orisa Roadhog, Orisa Sigma, and then Orisa Sigma Symmetra, back to Orisa Hog.
New comp, who can click H faster?
It really is. I mean, I remember way back in Season 1, there was a clip of, I think it was Surefour versus, it was Gladiators with Surefour out versus, I think it was it Mayhem? It might have been Mayhem, but where Surefour was sitting in spawn constantly swapping, and it wasn't the big clip, like where he does the trip. It was like the constantly swapping back and forth to counter pick each other, and like that's what I think of in this new meta will evolve to.
I absolutely love that. It's like the idea of Surefour. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, now he's playing Hanzo. I gotta counter that now. Oh crap!
Never leave spawn either. It turns into a 5v5 during all of this.
as you should, as it honestly should. And we're gonna start out with a fight with a pretty decently big ante. We're going to see Freaks and Beaks get, I'd say, the hardest part of this push done in under a few seconds. It's honestly pretty huge, saying that Rialto is the toughest first push map I have seen since Eichenwald, before it got that change. We're gonna see some contention, but Pavel is just gonna stop. Pavel's just stopping. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, that right there is a pretty great way of showing how the double sniper composition works. Faith gets the early pick onto CMB Bros. You don't have the burst healing, you don't have the invulnerability, and you get run over. Linnea shuts down Pavel, but it's not enough, and Pavel's going to be back and able to contribute to this fight before they can even contest. But they will get a second fight.
Yeah, and look at sort of Hanzo duel. Hanzo duel high ground right now. They're going at it. Pavel and, they're,
One has a mercy, though.
Oh, before this can take it out right there, I think that's going to criticize how the rest of this map is going to be going. With Toasty and Ford both falling down, we are going to be seeing from the Ashes try to regain this point. It's only a few meters left to go, but Freaks and Beaks, they're not letting up at all. They are pushing with all of their might. They're going to get the sweat out. They're going to bring the tears out from the Ashes right now, and they're not going to stop at all. Even though Thunder Power is going to be the only one on Freaks and Beaks to fall down. Oh, I feel so bad. Oh, and you're gonna bring on Laya as well. Oh, I feel so bad from the Ashes right now. They're gonna be stomped.
Faith with very nice.
Stop!
Faith with some really nice headshots. The sniper duo here coming out doing so much damage, but more importantly, CMB Bros and Toasties have been dying so much at the beginning of these fights. I mean, Toasty, he can't seem to catch a break, and it's just so much damage for them to try and deal with. And I mean, remember, this team lost control 2-0. So this is like when I said control does not like matter in a sense. This is what I mean. Look at them roll through on this double sniper, and that's another headshot.
Okay, look at Toasty right now. He's playing the backline. Like,
it's another.
Have scared Toasty and the rest, and he got Toasty as well. Like, he's scared the support so much that they're playing extremely passively, but they're still getting stopped on.
No, you cannot hide from Faith. Unfortunately, Toasty tries, but again, it's the support dilemma. If I go here to heal my team, then I'm in threat of dying. If I don't, then my team will most likely die. And you can see the result of bad positioning from the rest of the team really going to end up screwing them over.
They just hooked into Halt Hook, and they got it too. Jordan not going to fall down, though, falling a little bit to the worry zone, but they're getting Halt Hook for the same time into a sleep, into an ante, but the lamp is going to come up, shading Jordan from death. Dragons that come out, do a lot of cleave, but not really do that much damage. As the real fight sort of starts right now, the anti-dragon comes out, not going to hit anyone. A few, I think this is like the only point where the push has actually been stopped. Jordan, Linnea are going to get a few picks off here, and that's going to dictate how the rest of this fight is going to go. Freaks and Beaks is going to have to back up this one, and they're finally going to be able to get the first stop of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you've lost so much ground. 4 minutes to push to the end here. Not an impossible defense. If you're going to hold someone somewhere, it's going to be here on third point, if not first. But we've seen so much come out from these snipers. They really have to play around these shields.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing the big wall come out, bringing out the big damage, as well as the big bongo. The damage is a little bit too much for Freaks and Beaks right now. They're going to have to go back into their hole.
Yeah, a lot of damage comes through with that Baptiste. I mean, even Widow shots. I mean, remember, it's 100% damage increase. A Widow headshot through that does 600 damage. One shot every single hero in the game. So, except...
Wait.
It doesn't one-shot D.Va. That's right, because D.Va has armor. It brings D.Va to 3 HP.
Oh,
it's so much damage.
That's bargaining zone right there. It's like, that's the, oh, Jordan getting antied into a lamp, luckily enough, so he is safe for a while now. But with the dragons coming out and Ford falling down, the snipers are looking a little bit too delicious right now. They're going to bring in the ravioli ground beef with the nano as well, and the damage is going to be a little bit too much. Pavel getting, again, another pick. The anti comes out, doesn't really hit anyone right now, and you see this next point. They're pushing in. They are slowly amalgamating just like the monsters they are, trying to show that Freaks and Beaks are just the best team in this series right now. And by God, if they aren't showing it right now, they are giving From the Ashes a run from their money. From the Ashes, they wanted to be like Phoenix. They want to try to come back from the cause of defeat. But right now, with 2 Manchester seconds and Bongos on Freaks and Beaks side, it just doesn't look like it's going to happen at all. Look at all the crews that they're getting. Ford, Toasty, Jordan, all falling down to the supreme power of Freaks and Beaks right now. The Antis, the Arista plays, they're just too big, and now you're gonna see the desperation, the spin to win comp come out. The only thing that you see when it really happens, 2-16 Freaks and Beaks is completely destroying it right now.
And I really question the Baptiste there. Not having that second support ult, not having that Mercy healing, means that you don't have as much sustain in the fight. It gives you a quick fight, yes, and it at the end of the day performed fairly well, but when a target is hooked, when a target dies, there's nothing there for you. And the runover, especially with that damage boost, the runover is just so much in the favor of Freaks and Beaks. You can just see compositionally running about the same thing, but double snipers. I said it before that I felt that Linnea and Ford were getting the better of the sniper duel, but I don't think I can say that confidently anymore. Faith is just blowing people up, and Pavel is right behind him. It's close. But here's the thing, though. So when you're placing your shield, especially on 3rd point, it's like you have to be very aware that there's a lot of open space. And like we were seeing the Pharah before, Pharah would have been alright, but the double sniper puts a lot of threat. Hanzo's there for shield break and pick potential. The Widowmaker gets those actual shots in. And even if you're not hitting headshots, just applying damage allows for the rest of the team to put that finishing blow in. And you can see the target focus. The Widow and the Hanzo shooting at the same shots come out, because 2 people shooting at one target for a headshot is so much more likely to actually hit that headshot. It's much better focus fire from the DPS on the side of Freaks and Beaks.
Honestly, and let's just see how, they started off with a really nice pick off onto Jay, sort of.
And Senin. Senin's also a good sniper.
Yeah, Senin's, honestly, who needs a Widowmaker when Senin is doing the most damage out of it all? Sit down, Face. Sit down, Pavel. No one needs you right now. It's all Senin.
Some early picks. I mean, you gotta be wary of that. You have to be afraid of the Mei. Or the double sniper. I mean, they just rolled you over with it. I would have rather seen a dive comp, honestly, coming out here. A good old Genji Tracer would be pretty nice into this. But it looks like they're just gonna try and take that mirror. But I don't know. At least they're running the Mercy this time.
Yeah, at least they're running the Mercy. They do seem like they're doing quite a good job, but Freaks and Beaks is just not letting up. They're getting a halt hooked. Like, they are not even letting them even progress a little bit. We do see Hanzo and Mercy. They're thinking about going on to the side, a little bit of a flank right now, but they're just getting shut down. What can they do in order to try to push?
I mean, what they really need to do is they need to get hold hooks of their own. They have the exact same composition, but it looks like they're just being out-compositioned. Another hold hook gonna come in, gonna punish Faith for being on the low ground, a very aggressive angle. The anti-nade comes through as well, and it looks like they're gonna be able to push through finally, but I mean, I still don't favor them. Pavel's got the Dragon Strike. They're gonna have Valkyrie. There's a lot that can go right here on the side of the defense. It's really going to be up to this Nano from Toasty, and he has been dying early a lot.
And look how aggressive Linnea is playing right now. Oh, and he's taken out by Faith. Oh, this fight's gonna go a little bit south. Yeah, if Linnea cannot get back in time, this fight's gonna go a little bit south. Look at Pavel, he's looking for this dragon right now. Popping it right in the face of From the Ashes right now. It is
too close.
Really not looking too good. Yeah, a little bit too close. Doesn't really hit anyone, but goddamn, if I would not be scared in that situation. Linnea finally getting back to the grounds to fight with, but Faith is just tearing it up, taking out Ford, taking out CMB Bros, and now with the Bongos coming out as well, sort of feels like a wasted ult, as the double sniper comp is a little bit too good right now.
Dude, the only thing better than one sniper popping off is when both of your snipers pop off. I mean, they're playing these heroes like Soldier and McCree, just so consistent with the shots. Body shot, headshot eventually. Like, you have to respect these angles, and this is really the fault of not playing against a Widow who pops off. If you don't play against Widows who pop off consistently, sometimes you start getting a little bit safe, like, I can stand here, look at this Widow not shooting me. But you can see Faith really punishing the positioning here, crushing Linnea, giving them that early push in, and they're just running them over with these snipers. They can't take this mirror any longer if they want to win this series.
Yeah. You have to respect Ford. You have to respect Faith in this situation. If you don't, you see what happens. Ford and Faith are constantly extremely good snipers, yes, but you see what happens when they get out of position and what happens to the enemy team. Like this exemplifies why snipers is so good. Why you need to respect Pavel as he goes off and takes out 3 players from
Can we
the
get
matches.
4?
There's no coming back from that. Like, you have to respect these players.
But you see what I mean? Like, even though he dies, Faith's gonna clean up Ford. Like, they both are able to get kills in every single fight. And I mean, my Widowmaker isn't that poppy either. Ooh, Linnea barely surviving there. I don't hit that many headshots, but if you give me enough shots, I will start popping heads. You can see Faith hitting the shots now, and there's just nothing. Look at him playing on the low ground here.
Whoa, yeah, he's even though, okay, that's what's the point out, but that is, yeah, that's it, yeah.
No contest.
There's no contest.
If you told me that the Control and this were the same teams, you wouldn't be able to believe it. You can see how much more practice, though, on the double sniper than the Reaper. They don't